Hello and welcome everyone to the Freljord tier list. We're going to be ranking all the followers and champions in Freljord. Champions last by order of cost from S, A, B, C, D, F, and then champions will have their separate tier list. Let's get started. Lonely Poro. When I'm summoned, is it zoomed in? Okay. When I'm summoned, create another random 1-cost Poro in hand. 1 mana 1/1. Nothing crazy. It does create another Poro. Good unit in Poro decks, but nothing special. B tier. Omen Hawk. 1 mana 1/1. Bad stats, but it's sharp sight. When I'm summoned, grant the top 2 allies in your deck 1/1. Very good unit. Elusive blocker. Elusive player's worst nightmare. He who misplays definitely... Gosh. Omen Hawk. A tier. Great unit. The stats are bad, but elusives are generally weak on HP. They're usually 1 or 2 HP. So this just, as they say, puts the kibosh, as Charlie says, on elusive players' whole plan. Great unit. And the effect is also good. Pouty Poro, 1 mana 1/1. I think this is my favorite Poro. Empowered 3. Overwhelm, Regen, and Tough. All beautiful keywords. You do have to get it to 3/3 though, which is not hard in Freljord, especially with Bone Club. I like this card. Ooh, I might just go ahead and put it on S. Early S tier? What? Great unit. You keep this alive. You throw Bone Club on it, and this is a win con. Most Freljord cards are not bad. We'll see. First S tier. Proto Poro, 1 mana 1/1. Impact. It's a good. It's one of the good Poros, I'd say. It's B tier, but it's definitely better than this one. It's 1 mana 2/2. If you're starting off on attack turn and they have no blocker, you're dealing 2 immediately. So good starting Poro. Impact is generally always good, even to finish the game off. Unscarred Reaver, 1 mana 0/3. When I survive damage, grant me +3 attack. She's okay. I mean, the HP is amazing. B tier. She can take off if you with the correct buffing and investment. She can take off. Another good unit that would love Bone Club. But obviously this gets Overwhelm, Regen, and Tough. She doesn't have any keywords, so I'll say high B. Weaponsmith's Apprentice. 1 mana 1/2. A little bit weak on the stats. The first time you equip an ally, forge it. So it's a one-time use follower. You drop her and then you drop, I think Jax has a 2-cost if I'm not mistaken. And he gets to be a 4/3. One-time use buff. Weak on the attack. But it is a guaranteed buff as soon as you drop a forged and improvised unit. So maybe right here. Not bad. I don't know if I grab her with my Jax deck, but I do for sure. It's a good unit. Great unit with Jax. Yeti Yearling, 1 mana 1/2. Oh, the enraged Yetis aren't in here, but we'll talk about what they are. 1 mana 1/2. Bad stats. Last breath. Create 2 enraged Yetis in your deck, and enraged Yetis, of course, are 1 mana 5/5s. Great unit in a Yeti deck, especially with the 3-cost spell that summons a enraged Yeti if you have 2 Yetis in hand, or 2 Yetis on the board if I'm not mistaken. C tier or B tier, mid B, nothing crazy. They typically don't want to don't block this, just so you don't get the enraged Yetis in your deck. So, annoying unit to deal with. Avaros and Sentry. Suckle. 2 mana, 2/1. Weak stats. Not the greatest, but it is a draw unit. Good draw. Also B tier. Yeah, not much to say. Good card to draw. Where does it go though? I think right here is good. Bone Scryer, 2 mana, 05. When I survive damage, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. It's an interesting card. I like playing around with this card. I think it does well with Vladimir, Braum, Swain type of decks. Meh. This one? Yeah, I mean, it's not great. It's only deal 1 to the enemy nexus, and it can block fearsomes. Maybe right here. It's not C, because it is a 5 HP unit. Again, if you throw a Bone Club on this, it's a 5/10, and it gets very annoying. B tier. There's no way I drop it to C. This is a good card. Okay. Faces of the Old Ones, 2 mana, 03. Foreshadowing as S tier. Bone Club's amazing. I think it's one of the best equipments. Round start. If you behold an 8+ cost card, get an extra mana gem this round. 03. Backline unit. Again, not much to say. You definitely need to get kind of lucky with having an 8 cost in your hand, but with the correct deck, you're most likely gonna hit every time. So I like this. I'd say high B. It gives you that extra early game edge. Okay. Favorite Artisan, 2 mana, 2/3. Good stats. When I'm summoning, created time and dedication in hand, and it's not fleeting. So you have a grant 1/1 permanent in your hand to whoever you want. Good card for Braum too. Good card. I'd say right here. Okay. A lot of B's so far. Feral Mystic, 2 mana, 2/2. Overwhelm. Stats are weak. And Enlightened, I have 4/4. So this by itself is bad. I know there's a 5 mana spell. Well, it's not bad, but you don't run this as the card. You run it as the spell. In ramp decks, you don't run this card. No one does, I think. It would just, if you do, it's just gonna stay in your hand until you hit 10 mana. So it's taking up space. It does nothing. You can't block. You can't attack. I mean, you can attack if there's no units, I guess, but you want to get to 6/6. You're not dealing any damage with 2/2. No one used that F tier? You think so? Dang. It is a 2 mana 6/6 if you're enlightened. Not F tier. Come on. I'll say D, I think. I'll say D, cause come on, man. You can drop this turn 10. Yeah, it takes up space, but you can drop it 2 mana 6/6 overwhelm. It's not bad. Only the spells as you ramp. I know. But you can't put this at F. Come on. I mean, in the rare cases that you need a blocker, you can drop it. But D tier for now. Maybe that'll change. Frostcoat Cub, 2 mana, 2/3, good stats. Spend 6 mana to play me as Frostcoat Mother. And if I'm not mistaken, is that a 7-6 overwhelm? Let me check. Sorry. Uno momento. Frostcoat Mazer. Yeah, oh, 7-5. 6 mana, 7-5 overwhelm. Very versatile. Good stats as the cub. But you almost always want to play this as the mother. But again, very versatile. So it's a good card. I'll say right here. 6 mana, 7-5 overwhelm is really good stats. Could be a good finisher too. Alright. Harbinger of Thralls. 2 mana, 2/2. Play, summon a frozen thrall, or advance all your frozen thralls 1 round. Imagine if it was advance all your landmarks 1 instead of specifically thralls. I mean, you grab this in a thrall deck. It's a great card for in thrall decks. Actually, amazing card if you have a bunch of the 1-cost landmarks, frozen thralls. I will say it's B tier though. Maybe right here. Very scary, like very useful at any stage in the game, in a thrall deck, specifically, of course. Okay. Iceveil Archer, 2 mana, 3/1. Play, frostbite an enemy. This is a very, very strong control card because it's kind of burst speed, you know, and useful at any stage in the game. You're against a 15 attack Trundle, and you can just drop this and you just destroy their or ruin their attack. Blocks fearsomes. Very good card. I like running this card. Even in it doesn't even have to be in frostbite decks or ash decks. Just good controlled card overall. As far as I know, no deck use that card. This one, wait, this one? Yeah, but we're not gonna rate the cards based on are they used or not. Just in general, you can make this work. All right, Ingvar the Younger. 2 mana, 2/1. A whole lot of paragraph action. Pick an ally, grant it and all other allies that share a subtypes with it +1/+1, or manifest a follower that shares a subtype with it. I like running this card with my spider in the spider deck. Grant all the spiders 1/1. Pretty sweet. Also B tier. I'm gonna go ahead. She's pretty useful in most subtype decks. If you're running specific, like even Poros, spiders and Poros, I think is the best. If you're running a deck specific to a subtype, she's always good. I will say right here. That looks like a good spot. Her stats are bad, but you want to play her for the effect. Poro Herder, 2 mana, 2/3, good stats. When I'm summoned, draw a Poro if you behold a Poro. And you can draw the Poro King, or even, where are you? The Heart of the Fluft, which I love to play. Yeah, good blocker. Good draw mechanism. B tier, but I would say maybe right here. Okay. Ruthless Raider, 2 mana, 3/1, overwhelm and tough. Another unit I love giving Bone Club to. She's, you know, it's kind of like 2 HP really. 2 mana, 3/1, tough. Keywords are amazing. She can get out of hand pretty quickly. I would say she's definitely A tier minimum. I don't know if it's S. I don't know if I put her at S tier. Because the Pouty Poro gets regen. And she doesn't. Man, I'm gonna keep her at high A for now. Is it better than Omen? It's definitely maybe right here. Maybe right here is good. If you can use Bone Club, well, they need the correct setup. I mean, you can't just Bone Club Iceveil Archer. You need the like I would say in the correct decks, they can carry the game. I've won many games with just Pouty Poro. Okay, so mid A for now. Maybe that'll change in the future. Stalking Wolf, 2 mana 3/2. Challenger. When I'm summoned, your opponent summons a Snow Hare, which is a 1/1. They get a free blocker. And you're probably only going to use this once. It's a... like, think about it. You can... this is never played, by the way. They can Mystic Shot this. You've spent 2 mana. Okay, I'll keep it right here for now. You spent 2 mana. You gave them a free blocker, but they can Mystic Shot you. So they just got... they just overran you with value. They still have a blocker, and you've lost your unit. If it was 2/3, it'd be much better stats. But yeah, this is kind of nerfing you, or buffing the opponent in a way. Only because of the 2 HP. It's pretty... it's a one-time use. I'm not a fan. I mean, you can use it on Teemo. In against, you know, tiny units. I don't know. I don't want to put it at F tier because it is a 2 mana 3/2 challenger, but low D for sure. Or lowest D so far. It's not C tier. Okay. Starlit Seer, 2 mana 2/3. Good stats. When you play a spell, grant the top ally in your deck 1/1. Very annoying card for sure. A tier. I would say highest A tier so far. This has to... you have to get rid of this. It might be even S tier. Ooh, it might be S tier. The stats are good. If you run a bunch of cheap cards, you're just buffing and buffing and buffing your entire deck. You have to get rid of this card. I'd say S tier. Very good card. Very annoying. Berry? Who's that? Is that his name? This guy? Alright, Troll Scavenger, 2 mana 0/4. Bad stats, but when I'm summoned, if you behold an 8-cost card, grant me 3+3 attack. I actually get annoyed when they run this in a ramp deck, because it kind of just cucks your attack if you're against the ramp deck. They drop a 3/4 2 mana. You can't... you kind of just lost the game. I'd say B tier. But where? Definitely weaker than her. Maybe right there. No. Hello? Maybe right there. Okay. Bad? This is bad? You are smoking cocaine. Cocaina. No, this cucks aggro players. I don't really run it, but I wouldn't mind running it. If I can put a little bit more cards in my ramp card deck, I would definitely grab the Scavenger. Tusk Speaker, 2 mana 3/2 overwhelm. Play, deal 1 to each Nexus. Any aggro, Swain type of deck. It's good. Good with Sejuani too. Good stats. 3 overwhelm at turn 2 is pretty. You're probably gonna hit the Nexus. B tier for sure. I would say, maybe there. Mid B. Maybe high. I don't know. For now, I think maybe let's put it right there. It can be very. It's useful at any stage in the game. Even when Sejuani's leveled, you can drop this in there. Everything's frozen. But for now, we'll just keep it there. Okay. Volpine Wanderer, 2 mana 2/2. A little bit weak on the stats. When I'm summoning, create a stance swap in hand, which F-Chaos is the 3 mana slow stance thing with Udyr. I like this card. Getting the stance in hand before dropping Udyr means, and then you drop Udyr, means the stance gets to 0 cost. Again, B tier, good. Right, maybe right here. It gives you, like, the stances, of course, are so versatile. You get regen, overwhelm, ram stance to clear the board against aggro, and then bear stance too. Very versatile. Maybe right here. Yeah, great card, very versatile. Yadulski Snowdog, 2 mana 2/3. Attack, grant the top 2 allies in your deck 1/1. This is just, it's A tier for sure. I wouldn't put it at S tier, because this is harder to keep alive than the Starlight Seer, because you need to attack with him, whereas he just sits in the back line. I would say right here. Good, strong card. Very strong card. And of course, you can only get the buffs when you attack. You can get the buffs from him at any point on attack or defense. So this is a much better buffing unit overall. Okay. Adept Weaponsmith, 3 mana 3/3, good stats. Play, forge an ally, which of course is grant an ally 1/1. Good unit. I don't think I run. Maybe I just forget to grab this with my Jax deck, but yeah, good unit. 3 mana 3/3, good stats. Grant an ally 1/1 in hand or on the board. I will say it's probably better than her. No, I don't think so. She's better because you can. I right click to see the time and dedication. You can keep the time and dedication hand until you find the unit you want to buff, whereas he can only be used if a unit's on the board. So it'd be right there. Okay. Avarosan Marksman, 3 mana 3/1. Deal 1 to an enemy. Turn 3, deal 1 to an enemy. Pathetic. Yeah, I mean, deal 1 is if it needs to be deal 2, I think. 1 HP is really weak. Dice to anything. Dice to a 1 cost. And this is not instant. It's not burst speed. They can deny this. They can buff their unit. Most likely, well, not most likely, but it's just pathetic. It needs a buff for sure. I would say it's not F, because it does block Fearsome. If it was 2/1, I would say F tier for sure. But it does block Fearsome at least. I'll say high D. The highest D so far. Maybe right there. I don't want to be too hard on the Feral Mystic. Okay. Avarosan Trapper, 3 mana 3/3. When I'm summoning, create and range in the top 3 cards of your deck, which of course is the 5/5 1 mana. Good stats. Where's the other Yeti thing? Is it better than Yeti Yearling? Yeah. It's better stats. And this is create 2 enranged Yetis in your deck. So they could be anywhere. Whereas this is in the top 3 of your deck, so I will say maybe right here. Mid B tier. Great unit in Yeti decks. Oh man, Bryn here Thunder Song. 3 mana 3/3. Play obliterate a unit in hand to summon a. I can't read that. Storm Carved Spire that has countdown equal to its cost and summon an exact copy of it. Copy of that unit. Minimum 1. So this card's never used, but if you go like Shurima Freljord, I don't know if I think I tried this once. But the issue is, like, if you use this on Volibear, right? Volibear wants to be played, not summoned. So he can use his Storm thing, deal 4 to a bunch of units. So this is bad on Volibear, funny enough. Even though this is a Volibear follower, kind of. You don't want Volibear to be summoned from the landmark. You want him played. You can drop him faster, obviously, if you run the advanced units. But is that worth? I'll say C tier. This is our first C tier right now. The stats are good, but I don't know. Not a huge fan. I'm sure there's ways to make it hype, but there's not much really. Most big units want to be summoned or played, not summoned. So C tier. Ember Maiden 3 mana 3/2. Round start, deal 1 to everything. Good unit, especially against elusives and aggro players. Clears the board. Swain loves this. Vladimir loves this. Braum loves this, especially with. I'm gonna keep it back here for now. Especially with Scargrounds, the landmark. It does die in 2 turns, and they can Mystic Shot this, is the issue. 2 HP is pretty bad for a 3 cost. Yeah, it is a good card. I would not drop it unless you have a little bit of buff to make sure she survives. I'll say, I don't know, it's not an A tier. I don't think it's A tier. I'll say maybe high B. Maybe right there. Okay, we'll keep her there for now. I most likely will change it later. Hunting Boar, 3 mana 2/1. Bad stats. Can't block. Last breath. Create. Get an empty mana gem. Most of the time, they're not gonna block this. F tier? Are you crazy? Absolutely not. This is a great unit with Soul Cleave in the Shadow Isle region. You're getting +3 mana gems. If you have Soul Cleave, you can pass Hunting Boar, Soul Cleave, and you're getting 3 mana gems immediately. Not to mention you can attack with 2 2/1s ephemerals, so if it's attack turn, that is. Not F tier. What is wrong with you? I'll say it's low B, maybe. Actually, I'll say mid B. It doesn't always work out, and again, they usually don't block this. But you can run Avalanche and Ice Shards and stuff. Make it work. There's ways to get value off of this. I'll say here. Mid B. It's not bad. Okay. Low B at best? No, come on. It's only because of the Soul Cleave combo that I think that I'm buffing it up to here. Only because of that. If Soul Cleave didn't exist, I would drop it to C tier, I think. But because Soul Cleave exists, which was a massive buff, I'll put it right there. Innovative Blacksmith, 3 mana, 1/2. Garbage stats. When I'm summoned, I improvise. Okay. She gets a weapon. Each round, the first time you forge or equip an ally, heal your Nexus 1. So you're healing 1 immediately. Backline unit. Good control. Control card, I guess. You're healing. It's only the first time each round. Yeah, so you're healing 1 each round, which isn't really wow. But she does become most likely a 3/3, you know, based on the equipments that are available. B tier. I'll say. Is she better than the Weaponsmith? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I like that he forges an ally. Is she better than the Apprentice? I don't think so, no. So... I'll put her right there. Kindly Tavern Keeper, 3 mana, 3/3. Good stats. Heal an ally or your Nexus 3. Fantastic card. Is it A tier? Is it A tier? It's a low A for now, I think, because this is a great card. Good blocker, heal 3. Aggro players hate to deal with this. Low A for now. Great card. Very good, yeah. Very good card. Mighty Porro, 3 mana, 3/3 Overwhelm. One of the best Porros, of course, because it has Overwhelm. It's not 8. Well, it's not 8. Maybe A tier. But it needs attention. It needs buffing and I don't know. Where does this belong? It's either high B or low A. Maybe high B for now. Maybe high B. Because you need Poro Snacks. You can throw Bone Club, but it's not a... Again, this has regen and tough. This has regen and tough. This is only... Or sorry, not regen, but overwhelm and tough. This has overwhelm and tough. This is just overwhelm. Well, high B for now. In fact, I think I'll put it right there. For now, let's just keep it right there. High B. Rimfang Wolf, 3 mana, 3/3 Challenger. Strike. If I strike a unit with 0 power, kill it. Very good control card. Amazing with Ash deck. A tier. Is it better than that? Ooh, hold on. Let's see. Such a good unit. It's 3/3, right? Because sometimes the stats aren't updated on the website. It's not 3/2, is it? I think it's 3/3. Not gonna bother checking. Yeah, great start. Great stats. Challenger, and very useful at any stage in the game. They attack with a an A soul. You freeze him if he doesn't have spell shield, and you're killing it. I'll say, yeah, right. Ooh, man, I'm tempted to go S tier. I'm very tempted to go S tier. Low S for now. In the correct deck, this is very, very annoying to deal with. I'll keep it low S for now. Okay. Kinda A. We'll see. I might change it later. Scarthane Stephen Curry. 3 mana, 2/4. Good stats. When I survive damage, grant me +3 attack. This is just a better Unscarred Reaver. It's definitely not A tier, but I'll say high B. Again, another good unit. It doesn't have any keywords is the issue, so I'm not going to be too generous. I'll say... I'll say right there. Only because it doesn't have any keywords. It needs some love. Yeah, it's going to get Giga buffed, and you can give it regen, you can give it Bone Club, but what are you going to do at the end? You're not going to finish the Nexus unless you... or hit the Nexus unless you invest even more. Mid B. Oh my gosh. Explorer card. Ugh. 3 mana, 2/3. Challenger. Stats are a little bit weak. And then Explorer card, of course. And the Explorer cards, of course, are Heal Nexus, Disable Keywords, Destroy Landmark. And... is that it? I think that's it, right? A tier. I'll say here. It's this heals 3. This heals 2. If you can, this heals the Nexus 2 or an ally, but it's more versatile. So it's definitely better than Tavern Keeper. Generally very good, yeah. Annoying card. I hate dealing with this every time. So mid A. It's probably gonna be mid A by the end of the tier list. Thrall Bulwark, 3 mana, 3/4, good stats. I don't take damage from allied spells or skills. Cool card. No keywords. It's just a meathead. You drop this and you avalanche, ice shard, all that good stuff. It's kind of like him, except kind of like this more. I'll just put it right above Steph Curry. White Steph Curry. Honestly, they're the same skin color. Ultra Soft Poro, 3 mana, 3/3. Play heal your Nexus 1 for each ally with a subtype. Very good Poro. If you have 5 Poros on the board, 5 or 4, and you drop this, you're healing. This is also included, if I'm not mistaken. So you're healing 4 or 5 Nexus. Good against aggro. Fantastic card. I'll say this. I think this is better than the Mighty Poro. Very good control card. You definitely want to get to late game with Poro decks, and this gets you there. Is it better than Ember Maiden? Nah, let's keep it right there for now. Valkyr's Prophet, 3 mana, 2/3. A little bit weak on the stats. When I'm summoned, summon a Sigil of the Storm, which is Titanic units cost 1 less. Do I ever run this card? Not really. If I'm playing not ramp, but if I'm playing, like, who runs sigils? Honestly, let's talk about sigil for a sec. Why run sigil when you can ramp? Is my question. You know, why run sigil cards when you can just ramp? Replace those cards with ramp cards. I do like the concept of sigil. There are units. Titanic units, of course, are 8 attack or 8 HP. So, like, where is he? He's a 5 cost, I think. Yeah, Tarkaz. You can play her and then Tarkaz next turn, because he is a Titanic. So I guess there's that. Oh wow, even Scarmother. Oh, okay. I'm a little convinced now. You can drop her turn 5. Okay. Okay. I'm glad I noticed. B tier though, nothing crazy. Right there. Okay. And let me buff this to here instead of that. Because that card's more versatile. Weirding Stones, 3 mana, 0/4. Round start, get an extra mana gem this round. I do like this more than the Faces, because it's guaranteed. Whereas this one you have to Behold. It's 1 extra HP, but it's a guaranteed. Very hard to kill with the 4 HP. B tier. High B for sure. Maybe this should get dropped down a tad bit. But for now, let's just keep it there. Avarosan Outriders. 4 mana, 4/4. Good stats. Overwhelm. Allegiance. Grant the top ally in your deck +3/+3 and Overwhelm. Ooh. I've never made a deck with this. I've never made an Allegiance deck in Freljord. But there is a lot of possibilities with this card. The stats alone and keyword are great, so like forget the Allegiance part. It's a good card. I'll say it's definitely better. Maybe right there. Yeah, I like that. Top ally in your deck, 3/3. And, you know, you could maybe run a bunch of this and then grab the draw follower, Entreat. He'll probably buff the boar. The hunting boar? This is buffing the hunting boar? I'm not running the hunting boar with this. Anyway. Yeah, you can run maybe only 3 of these and then 3 copies of a champion. And then that way you're guaranteed the +3/+3 Overwhelm. Like maybe Trundle. Ooh, imagine. So Trundle would be like a 7/9 Overwhelm. Where is he? He'll be a 7/9 5 mana Overwhelm regen. That's pretty hype. Anyway, I've never made a deck with this card, but a lot of possibilities. And again, the stats and keyword are fantastic. Babbling Bjerg, 4 mana, 3/4. A little bit weak on the stats. When I'm summoned, draw a unit with 5+ power. I love grabbing Bjerg in my Udyr deck because you're guaranteed Udyr if he's the only 5 attack unit, which he is in my Udyr deck, and you can play him next turn. I like Bjerg. I definitely like him more than Avaroth and Sentry. I'm gonna go ahead and put you. Man, the stats aren't great. Maybe I'm being too generous. Maybe right here. That feels good. Yeah, it helps you with the guaranteed Udyr next turn. And other stuff. I mean, it doesn't have to be just Udyr. Bladebound Berserker. 4 mana, 3/4. A little bit weak on the stats. When you play a slow spell that targets a single ally, copy onto me. S tier? Yeah, she's pretty strong. Definitely S tier. She can get out of hand very, very quickly. With stances, of course. I can't think of any. I think I tried to look this up. I don't think there's any other targeting slow spells that are as good as stances to be used on her. So she's not better than Paudiporo. I'll say so far lowest S tier. Buff and health, Kirsten. Oh yeah, that's Demacia, right? Oh yeah, that's a good one. True. Yeah, you definitely need to invest quite a bit on her though, and it's a lot of slow spells. So, and again, she's somewhat of a backline unit for the first couple of rounds, unless you have the regen immediately. You can get her to 3/6 regen, but very strong card. Can win you the game. Bull Elnuk, 4 mana, 4/5. Well, I go because that's all it is. Nothing crazy. The stats are great. 4 mana, 4/5. for a 4 cost, but nothing else. Like, you're not winning the game with this. Like, let's see. On par with Boar? Are you insane? The Boar can change the course of the game. This does nothing but block. It's not D tier because the stats are good. High C for now, I think. She has more playroom. Like, you can make something happen with her. Whereas this, you're just dropping an Elnuk, blocking maybe twice. That's it. Sip on some water. I tried to make an Elnuk deck. It was requested, and I remember I had the most unbearable, worst time of one of the worst times trying to make Elnuk deck work. You definitely want the 7 mana slow spell, give allies +2/+2 and overwhelm to maybe win the game. Low C tier for now. Combat Cook, 4 mana 2/2 garbage stats. When I'm summoned, I improvise and Forge Me. We did this guy before in Demacia. I can't remember what I gave him, but it was definitely B tier. I think it was high B. Maybe right here. The Forge is, of course, used on the equipment, and that equipment can be used on Ornn if it's a scout or overwhelm or whatever. Generally a good unit. It's not gonna win you the game because you're probably just gonna be a 4 mana 5/3 if you get the overwhelm equipment. You know what? I'm gonna put him right. Maybe right there. I think the Harbinger of Thralls is pretty scary, given the conditions. So, high B. Fabled Poro. 4 mana 2/5. When I'm summoned, grant. Stats are low attack, can't block fearsomes, but 5 HP is sweet. Grant Poro allies a random keyword. Cool card, especially if you're running Heart of the Fluffed. If you got a bunch of Poros on the deck, you're getting Spell Shields, Impact, Overwhelms, Quick Attack, Tough, all that good stuff. Elusive. Maybe even Lifesteal. So good at any stage in the game if you have a wide board. I like this card. I always grab it in my Poro decks. I would throw it at... Is it better than Ultra Soft Poro? No, because you can miss pretty bad. You can miss, and you with this one you can, you're guaranteed to heal a lot if you have a bunch of Poros. But if you have a bunch of Poros and you drop this, you might not hit the keywords you need. Is it better than Mighty Poro? I think so, yeah. I'm gonna keep it there for now. High B. We'll finish 4 costs and then take a quick break. Flame Caller Caprin Zeta Jones. 4 mana 2/3 tough. Weak stats, but at least she has tough. When you play an elemental spell or skill, Forge Me. There's no cheap. What's the cheapest elemental spell? Like 3 minimum, right? Like Ice Shard. There's no 2-cost elementals. Oh no, there is. Sorry, there's Brittle Steel. I think that's it, right? Is Brittle Steel? Brittle Steel is 1 cost, and it is at elemental, if I'm not mistaken. Is there another 1 or 2 cost elemental? There might be. Anyway, this is a good card. She's tough, but that's it. I don't want to... If she had Overwhelm, I would definitely put her at A tier, but because she's just a blocker, a good blocker, she'll be going... Right there, I think, is good. Mid to high B. Not bad. Merkwolf Shaman. Some Shaman action. 4 mana, 2/4 regen. Grounded. If you've damaged the enemy nexus this round, transform me into Merkwolf Rager. And that's a 4/6 regen, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Good blocker. You definitely... I mean, you can drop it and you can just hit the nexus whenever. It's not like one of those cards where if you drop it and you didn't hit the nexus, the effect is gone. 4/4 regen is good. It's not a good blocker, but is in the correct deck. Like you kind of grab him with transform decks like Nar, and Nar Sejuani would be suited for him. Yeah, just a good blocker and nothing else. So, is he better than the Caprine? No. Is he better than the Frostcoat Cub? Sure. It's a toss-up. They're kind of equally valuable. I'll keep it right there. Troll Ravager, 4 mana, 3/5. Okay. Okay stats. If you behold an 8-cost card, grant me regen. Another card that I don't grab in my ramp decks. But it's I like the effect. I just don't run this ever. Not that doesn't mean it's a bad card. Where's the other? Yeah, the Scavenger. Is it a better Is it better than the Scavenger? No, because this is such a good. You want to drop this guy against aggro decks as soon as possible. Whereas turn 4, they're very wide. You've got hit so many times. So she's not good against aggro. But you want a bunch of these guys against aggros. So, yeah, C tier. I'll say right there, I think. But it could be lower. It's definitely better than the Elnuk, for sure. I'll keep it high C for now. Wolf Rider, 4 mana, 4/3, Overwhelm. Okay. Okay stats. You got some Overwhelm action. Plunder, get an extra mana gem. I never run this card. You don't really care about getting extra mana gems in a Sejuani deck. Because you only grab her with Sejuani, if I'm not mistaken. Like, where... Well, you don't need to, honestly. This is an okay... Well, hold on. If you're going Freljord and Plunder, you're going Bilgewater, Freljord, obviously, which means you're grabbing Sejuani, and you're grabbing most likely GP. So I don't see why you would grab this unless it's Sejuani GP, right? But even in Sejuani GP decks, I wouldn't grab this. Because you don't really care about the extra mana gem. But now that I think about it, you could drop Sejuani turn 5 if you pull this off. Okay. I'll say it's probably low B. Mid, yeah. It is Overwhelm, I guess. And extra mana gem is nothing to scoff at. I'll say maybe right there. Maybe right there. It's just a little bit of contradiction with the type of playstyle that you're gonna run this. But I might change this later on. Avarosan Hearthguard, 5 mana, 5/6. Great stats. When I'm summoning, grant allies in your deck 1/1. So all the allies in your deck are getting 1/1. Good blocker. Great effect. It's not A tier. Okay, let's get that straight. Because it's got no keywords. You're probably going to block twice, and that's it. So, I'll say maybe right there. He's definitely better than her, but not better than the rest of these guys. Okay. Good card. Good card. Crystalline Storm Raptor, 5 mana, 3/2. Bad stats. Very bad stats. Deal 2 to all other units. I don't know if you... I think I'm almost sure if they kill this, the effect still goes through. But it is a good unit against aggro, I guess. Is it better than the Bulwark Thrall? Yes. Better than Valhyr Prophet? Maybe right here. Only because it's a good control card. Deal 2 to all other units. You're probably leveling sorry. You're probably leveling Swain with this immediately. 2 times 5, that's 10. Yeah, I mean, Swain needs 16, right? So, yeah, this is a lot of damage. Dark Lorn Inquisitor, 4 mana, 4/5. When I'm summon a Frozen Thrall. Round end, if the countdown of any of your Frozen Thralls is 4 or less, advance them to 0. Very scary card. Definitely better than the Harbinger of Thralls. This is a very scary card to deal with. You have to get rid of this, otherwise they're gonna have a bunch of Thralls. As for Thrall, S tier, you think? It is good stats. It's a backline unit for sure, and it's hard to kill with 5 HP. I'll say low S for now, I think. Weaker than these, though. But, okay. Yeah, S tier for sure. S tier for sure. Okay, we'll keep him there for now. Glacial Sauroman. 5 mana, 5/4. A little bit weak, but okay. Overwhelm. When I'm summoning, grant the top 3 units in your deck 1/1. If an ally has a different subtype than me, draw one of those units. Good unit. Good in Nico decks. And of course, in... where is it? The Warden of the Tribes. It's a reptile. Man, I gotta see the new MK movie. I've heard nothing but good things. B tier, definitely not S tier. I'll say it's definitely better than the Mighty Poro. Is it better than the Avaros and Outriders? No. I think this card has a lot of potential, but very strong. High B. Okay. Oh, we finished the 4. Wait, that's a 5 cost. Oh, that's a 5 cost. Okay, let's finish the 5 cost and then we'll take a break. Hearthblood Mender, 5 mana, 4/5. Okay. Yeah, not bad stats. No keywords. Play Forge an ally twice. So +2/+2 and heal it. And your Nexus 3. Good God, man. The value from this guy. 5 mana, you get a 4/5. Decent blocker. You get a +2/+2 on a unit. You're healing that unit 3 and the Nexus 3. So he's definitely better than the Tavern Keeper. Is he better than the Pioneer? Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think high A or low A for now. Definitely better than him though. Way more value. Okay. Icefell Cultist, 5 mana, 5/5, good stats. Your equipped allies have Overwhelm. Ask yourself this: how often do you have a bunch of equipped allies on the board? Not too often. And he doesn't improvise, so he's not equipped. So let's say you have 2 equipped allies on the board, and most equipped units aren't really hitting that hard. Like, I think the biggest weapon master is this guy. And you're most likely gonna grab either Scout or Overwhelm, and he's only at 5 attack. Like, it's not that. It's bad. It's bad. This is only good if you have Ornn with Scout, and then he can get Overwhelm. I guess that's the only thing I can think of. Jax, you know, by turn 5 is probably leveled. He gets Overwhelmed by default. So, a bad card. I mean, the stats are good, but C tier. I'll say I never run this card. High C tier, I think, for now. It's not B. There's no way it's B. It makes no sense. If it improvised itself, I would definitely bump it up. But because it doesn't, no keywords, it's just a 5/5. Okay. Poro Sled, 5 mana, 5/5, impact, okay, good stats. Attack Summon, an attacking random 1-cost Poro. And it's not ephemeral, by the way. So, and by this turn, you probably played a 1 or 2 Poro Snacks. Probably 1 or 2. So you're getting a 1-cost 2/2 permanent Poro. Could be an elusive. Good unit. Very annoying. I'll say definitely mid. I'd say B tier. I'll say maybe right. Is it better than Mighty Poro? Yes, actually. Because think about it, you can summon this. Yeah, it is a 1-cost, and if you've played a couple of Poro Snacks, this is empowered. So in a way, this buffed this. And then of course you can get elusives and all that stuff. Is it better than Fabled Poro? No. So I think right here. Okay. Rimfang Denmother, 5 mana 4/4. A little bit weak stats. When I'm summoned, summon a Rimfang pack, which is a 0/4 Overwhelm, but has +1 attack every time you frostbitten something. This is a great card. You're getting 2 units. One is a 4/4, and one is a win con. That's hitting pretty hard. A tier, I think. I'll say, ooh, maybe. I'm really tempted to go S tier. I might go S tier TBH. Wow. Hold on. This is a very strong card. I'm comparing it to the rest. You're getting 2 units, and one is a win con, a hard-hitting win con. It's not better than Pouty Poro, but I think it's better than Starlit Seer. Yeah, very strong card. Right there is good. Very strong card. I love running it with Ash. The Shaman. I love this card too. 5 mana 3/4. Roundstar Frostbite, the strongest enemy. The stats are bad, but this is a backline unit. They have to kill this. I wish her stats were a little bit stronger, but if they were a little bit stronger, as in the HP, I think she'd be busted. So I think 4 HP is fair. Definitely A tier. They have to get rid of this, otherwise their win con most likely is just not gonna do anything. So I'll say maybe right here. Okay. The archer is always better because this is instant, like burst speed. Whereas her, they can just vent it. You have to wait till rounds start to frostbite an enemy. So, and they can kill this with a Death's Grasp or Vengeance or whatever. A must on an Ash deck. Yeah, the Den Mother. Both of these I run with Ash deck for sure. Beautiful, like beautiful synergy. This gives this +1 attack. The Rimfang pack a +1 attack every round start. Okay. Scar Maiden Reaver, 5 mana, 4/6, regen Overwhelm. You don't see this card often, but I actually really like this card. And guess why? Because it's an amazing Bone Club unit. You throw Bone Club on this turn 6, it's a 9/11. No terrorist jokes. 5 mana, 9/11. Overwhelm regen. Like they have to vengeance this. In fact, I'd go Targon to make sure I get some spell shield action. So very strong card. Is it better than Ruthless Raider? Maybe, but this is early game. And you can play the Bone Club turn 4 on this thing. I think the Raider is a little bit better. I'll say it's not S tier. There's no way this is S tier. Because I mean, it's 5 mana, only 4 attack. You need to invest in this thing for it to be for it to take off. So I'll say maybe right there. Okay. All right. Good card. Underrated. I want to see more of this card being played. Tarkaz, the Tribeless. Me smash. 5 mana, 5/8. By the way, Titanic unit. Attack, deal 1 to all battling units. Great card with Scar Grounds. Amazing stats, by the way. 5 mana, 5/8. Definitely A tier. The synergy with Scar Grounds is beautiful. It's a low A tier though. Low A tier. It has no keywords. Like there's not much to do with him except be a big blocker and kind of control the board, but you're not winning the game with him because of the no keyword thing. So low A. Ursine Spirit Walker, 5 mana, 4/6. I'm just kidding. Troop of Elnox, our first F tier. Worst. I'm pretty sure this is the worst card in Freljord. 5 mana, 3/3. Horrible stats. No keywords. Play for the top 6 cards in your deck. Summon each Elnox and place the rest onto your deck. So let's assume you have 2 Elnox in the top 6 cards of your deck. You're getting, okay, 5 mana, a 3/3, and a 4/5, and then maybe there is another Elnox in Piltover. No keywords. Stats are like this. This has horrible stats. This is okay. You're not gonna win the game with this thing. It's just bad. Bad. And you have to. Elnox also F. This is not F. This has great stats. This has horrible stats. And you have to hit somehow. Like, I don't know if you're running Predict or something, but Bad card. Unfortunately. I wish they focused on making Elnuck focused decks stronger, but unfortunately not. Ursine Spirit Walker, 5 mana, 4/6. Good stats. Plunder, I transformed to the Stormclaw Ursine. And I think that's a 6/6. Let me just verify. Stormclaw Ursine. Yeah, 6/6. Overwhelm. Other allies with 5+ power have Overwhelm. So this is one of those cards where if you drop him but you didn't plunder, you've missed your window. Whereas this one, where was it? The regen guy. Hello, where is he? Oh my gosh, I'm blind. I'm blind. I cannot see. I'm legally blind. Wait. What? Where's the regen? Okay, I'm gonna go slow. There he is. Okay. This guy's round end. If you've damaged the enemy nexus, this round transform me. So you can drop him and wait until you hit the nexus. Whereas plunder cards, you have to do it now. Still get as you want to plunder anyways. Yeah, it's still a good card. 5 mana, 6/6 Overwhelm. And then other allies with 5+ power have Overwhelm is very scary. I have made this deck, I think, with maybe Spider decks would like this. Avaros or Iceborne Legacy Spiders with this guy. It's pretty cool. You don't need it though. I mean, if you're running at least your Challenger is enough, but there's ways to make this pretty hype. So I would say maybe right there. That's fair, I think. You do need 2 plunder to activate this. Otherwise, if you don't have warning shot or something to hit the nexus, it's just sitting in your hand, taking space and not doing much. Okay, that's all the 5 costs. We're almost there. Let's take a quick break. I'll be right back. Bathroom break, everyone, and we'll be right back and we'll finish this off. None of your business, man. All right, we're back. All right, Alpha Wildclaw. Alpha Wildclaw, 6 mana, 7/6 Overwhelm. Good stats. But to be honest, I think this is a worse cub. We of course have the, where is it? Yeah, we have the Frostcoat Cub, which is more versatile, and then you can spend 6 mana to get a 7/5. 1 less HP, but the versatility of this is much better than this. So this is better. So right there, mid B. Okay. Ogre. I don't know. Of the old one, 6 mana, 5/5. Weak stats, a little bit on the weak stats. Regen, Overwhelm. Okay, not bad. If you behold an 8-cost card, grant an ally Overwhelm and Regen. There's a reason we don't see this card being played. It's because it doesn't fit in ramp decks. It is a cool concept. I love this splash art and everything. But it kind of contradicts. It is a 6 mana of Overwhelm Regen 5/5. Who would want Overwhelm and Regen out of Freljord? Trundle already gets it with level up. Are you ever going to play Ramp Ornn? Maybe. Maybe you can throw it on Volibear. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of units that can that want this, or not a whole lot of decks that want this card in there. So it's not. I don't want to drop it to C. I think low B, because it is an Overwhelm regen, 6 mana 5/5. So it's not horrible. It's not bad. It's just the passive is bad. The stats and keywords are great. Well, the stats are meh, keywords are great, but the passive is bad. So low B, unfortunately. Okay. Berserker Ursang, blah, 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 is what he sounds like. 6 mana 6/4, weak HP. When you play a spell or skill, summon a sigil. Strong unit. You can spam skills and spells and get a whole bunch of sigils. You can get a lot of benefit from this guy. Drop Volibear, drop a bunch of big units. It is easy to kill is the issue. If it was 6/6, I think I would put it at S tier. But because it's 4 HP, it's pretty easy to kill. All it takes is a Death's Grasp and he's done. So he's better than Tarkaz. Yeah, the weak HP for a 6 cost is destroys him. So low A. Okay, still a strong card, but has a hard time surviving. You are in Freljord though, which is a great unit, great region for buffing HP. But anyway, Heart of the Fluft, 6 mana, 4/4, weak stats. Combine your Poro followers into a fluft of Poros and grant their stats and positive keywords. Very, very strong card. S tier for sure. If you got a bunch of, you drop this late game, you've got a 20/20 Spell Shield, Overwhelm, regen, tough, quick attack, all the good stuff, and this is the ultimate finisher. I would put it. You do need the. I'm not gonna. It's not better than Pouty Poro. So I would, because you need the keywords for this to work. Like you need Elusive and Overwhelm, otherwise you're not gonna finish the game. So let's put it maybe. Maybe right there. Might be here, actually. I think right there is good. Okay. Hiara, All-Seer, 6 mana 5/5. A little bit weak on the stats. When I'm summon create a stance in hand, the first stance you play each round costs 0. I don't run this card in my Udyr deck for one reason only. This guy right here. I want to guarantee to find Udyr turn 5, and because she's a 5 attack, I would potentially draw her instead of Udyr. Not saying it's a bad card, it just ruins my momentum. So the passive's great, stats are good. It's a mid B. Oh, well, actually, yeah, mid B. I'll say maybe right there. You do get a free stance immediately, but you need other units. You're not going to play the stance on her. So I think right there it's good. Mid to high B. Oh man, Look who it is, chat. The Mammoth Shaman. Him and I go way back. We homies. 6 mana, 5/5. Weak on a little bit weak on the stats. Overwhelm. Round end. If you've damaged the enemy nexus this round, transform me into the Mammoth Rager. And then that's a 6/6, but you're also getting +2/+2. So that is you're immediately gonna be an 8/8. Mammoth. Let me just make sure. Mammoth. I can't spell. There we go. Oh no! Hold on. He becomes a 7/7, and then round start grant me 2/2. So he becomes a 9/9. Is that right? Oh my gosh, is that right, chat? If you've hit the Nexus, the next turn he's gonna be a 9/9. Because the Shaman, the Rager by default is a 7/7, and then round start grant me 2/2. Is that right? Dang. 9/9 overwhelm, and then round start every round start you're getting another +2/+2. Let me put you right up here, brother. Man, the value from this guy. I think he's the strongest card so far. 6 mana, 9/9 overwhelm that keeps getting +2/+2 every round start. Busted. Yeah, strongest card so far. Some Shaman action. Revna the Lore Keeper, 6 mana, 2/2. But of course, when I'm summoning, grant units in your deck my stats, then draw a unit with 5+ power. Scary card. There are ways to buffer in hand, of course. Let's see. It's instant too. Like they can't deny this effect. You just drop her and boom, you get the effect. I guess she's A tier. I'll say it's only the stats. They're not getting keywords. First of all, they're getting stats. So you kind of need the stars to align. You don't want to get it's not worth if it's just a 2/2. You want to drop her at 4/4 or something. Give everything 4/4. So maybe right there. I kind of like this more. You know what? I'm gonna go there. I kind of like the Tavern Keeper more. It is a late game. Stall out the game, late game style. I think this is fair. Low A. There are a lot. I've lost against this a lot of times, but I've also won against this a lot of times too, because they need to draw. You need to draw the units that want the buff. Most of me, like you don't want to drop a 5/5 Omen Hawk. That's not going to win you the game. You want to drop Overwhelm units. So, but she does draw 5 power. Strong card. But you let me point out one more thing out. You're dropping her. She does nothing. You have to wait next turn to maybe drop the unit that got the big buff. So you have to wait it out. So low A is fair, in my opinion. And you're starting out, and an opponent uses this card. You get confused by why their units got so big. Yeah. It does take time, though, is why I put it there. Scar Mother Vrina. 6 mana, 3/8. A Titanic unit. Now that I noticed, where's the Titanic? The Sigil lady. Where is she? Yeah, the Prophet. I kind of want to make a Scar Mother Sigil of the Storm deck. Drop her early. Anyway, 3/8. Very weak attack. huge HP. When I survive damage, grant me +3 attack. Overwhelm. Very scary card, especially in Scarground decks. Definitely A tier. I am more worried about this card than... Man. Like, you have to Vengeance this. There's no way to kill her unless you Vengeance. 8 HP is very hard to kill. You do want to damage her, but you're probably dropping her when you have the Scargrounds on the board. So she's going to get tough most likely. Yeah, very scary card. And she can take off very easily. I've lost against this. Like, they attacked. And they didn't have lethal yet. I blocked. They didn't have lethal. And then they play a bunch of ice, like 2 ice shards. And then she gets giga buffed. And boom, they have lethal. So I'm going to put her right there, I think. I think right there is good. She's not stronger than the rest of these. At least I don't think so. You do need her to take off a little bit. It takes time. Okay. They who endure 6 mana 1/1. What? When I'm summoned, grant me 1/1 for each ally that has died. You're always grabbing this with Shadow Isle. I don't see any other region that loves dying that many times. So strong card. Can easily be a 6 mana 10/10. For sure A tier. Definitely stronger than Scar Mother. I think right there is good. Only Shadow Isle deck that got lost into Freljord. Yeah, very Shadow Isle focused. But still a very strong card. You can easily, like, Shark Chariots, a bunch of Ephemerals, and you drop this and it's a 10/10 easily. 6 mana 10/10 Overwhelm. Very strong. Not like my Bow Shaman who keeps getting +2/+2, but this is a flat stat. Very strong though. Not S tier. Not S tier. But mid to high A, I think. Woolly Snail Moth. 6 mana 6/6. Overwhelm. Good stats. Empowered 8. Regen. Nothing crazy. The stats are good. We don't see this often. Or ever. But it is a good card. You can easily get the empower. Like, you just need +2 attack and it's got regen. So A tier, right? I'll say maybe right here. Low A. You most likely have to Vengeance this, but you do need to invest for it to be a win con. Because they can just block twice, 3 times, and it's dead. But you can give it regen. But they can finish it off immediately that one turn because the regen activates round start. So low A, I think. Okay. Ancient Yeti. This got nerfed. I think it was a 6 cost. Let me verify this. Ancient Yeti. Oh wow, it's a 9. So this is incorrect. It was 7. Now it's a 9 cost. Holy nerf. Dang, dog is barking. Wow. Huge nerf. Huge nerf. I'll say C tier, but it's probably a high C tier. Because you can wait out until it's, you know, a 2-3 cost. And you get a 5-5 overwhelm. High C tier. Is it better than Ugar? Yeah. Oh, no. I'm sorry. No. Because, again, it's a 9 cost. That is insane. Why would they butcher him like that? When did that nerf happen? I don't know. It's been maybe a few years. But I can't tell you for sure. Huge nerf, though. Icy Yeti, 7 mana, 5/5. Horrible stats compared to a 7 cost when I'm no keywords. When I'm summoned Frostbite to enemies with 3 or less power. This is, I think, the worst Yeti out of all of Runeterra. Because turn 7, the units are most likely going to have more than 3 attack. Oh, sorry, enemies with 3 or less health. More than 3 HP. And it's just a 5/5 with no keywords. Like, bad. Very bad. Honestly, it's worse than the Ancient Yeti, in my opinion. Isn't that crazy? Like, you're frostbiting maybe 2 units. I don't run this in Ash decks. No one runs this in Ash decks. I'm gonna go... I'm gonna go... maybe there. Okay. I'll go right there, I think. I think that's a good spot. Is it D tier? No. It's not worse than Elnuck. Only because you're probably gonna frostbite 1 or 2 units. Maybe. Is this a D tier, chat? I'll let you guys decide. If this is a D tier, I think I'd put it... I think I'll drop it to D tier. But let's keep it there for now. Rohan, the Magma Serpent. No, sorry. Rond. 7 mana, 8/6. No keywords. Okay stats. Summon 3 sigils. So... you're dropping Volibear next turn. It's 7 mana, the Ancient Yeti. What? I looked it up. Why did it say 9? Are you sure? It's 7 mana right now. Oh my gosh, this dog. If it is 7 mana, then I think... why does the website say 9? If it is 7 mana, then I think we bump it up to B tier. But someone verify, please. Let's go... this dog is driving me nuts. Okay. Chat, be right back. I gotta bzzz the dog. I had to check because I was just using an Action Warden deck recently. Gotta redo tier list. Cards are not updated here. Yeah, the whole thing. Ancient Yeti is 7 mana? Okay. Then someone needs to update the website. Well, because it's 7 cost. In a Yeti deck, okay. It did get nerfed though, wasn't it 6? It was 6, I think, at one point. It's not better than Mighty Poro. Is it better than Combat Cook? No. Ursine. You know what? I think it's maybe down here. Right here, I think, is a good spot. Mid B. Okay. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Ron, the Magma Serpent, summon 3 sigils. It's just a blocker. But you're dropping Volibear or big units after. You're skipping a turn, really, to drop Volibear or another unit. But I guess you can She Who Endures. Turn 8. I'll say B. It's definitely B tier. It's not A tier. If it had some keywords, I'd say A tier, but let's go. I don't ever run this card, first of all. I think right there. Mid B. Yeah, the fact that it has no keywords, it's just a meathead, is bad. But 3 sigils is pretty cool. Drop the big units. Drop some Pumbaa action. Well, I mean, this is 8 cost. Drop Shihu Endure next turn, if you want to roll that way. Snowy Razor Claw, 7 mana, 7/7. Overwhelm, good stats. Plunder, grow an ally stats to mine. When this first came out, I thought it was very strong, but the more I think about it, it's still strong. It's never played, but it's still a good card. Grow an ally stat, like basically give an ally +3/+3, maybe +4/+4. It doesn't give it keywords, it just grows the stats, so it's not amazing. Is it better than Rond? No. Is it better than Hearthguard? No. Is it better than Ancient Yeti? Yes. So mid B. The growing this, I mean, I guess you can grow the stats if it has Overwhelm. If the unit has Overwhelm. But it's only a 7/7. Which is good. I guess you're hitting hard that one turn. I don't know. Am I being too harsh on this? You do have to plunder, though. I just realized this. You have to plunder. I guess you can use it on the Tusk Speaker with Sejuani GP and this guy with Tusk Speaker. That's not bad, huh? I'll keep it there. Moving on. Abominable Guardian, 8 mana, 5/5. Bad stats. When I'm in hand, round start, if you have 2 Yetis, summon me and create a copy of me in your deck. Play, draw Yeti. Fantastic card in a Yeti deck. You can get very wide with this. Imagine you have 2 of these in your hand and you have 2 baby Yetis on the board. You get 2 5/5s, round start, open attack. It's nasty. A tier, I would say maybe, maybe there. Yeah, very strong and scary effect. I think that's a good spot. Is it better than Reaver? Maybe it is. Okay, I think right there is good. Okay. Boater of Blackened Ice. A dragon with no fury. 8 mana, 8/8. Good stats. No keywords. When I'm summoned, summon 2 Frozen Thralls and advance them to 2. Good card in Thrall decks. The synergy with this plus the Harbinger of Thralls is pretty strong. But I don't think it's stronger than this. Because this advances all the Frozen Thralls. This you have to wait. I guess, I mean, if you have him on the board, those two, the Frozen Thralls are cracking. I think this is stronger still. I'll put this maybe. It is a good blocker. Maybe right behind it, huh? Maybe I'm being too harsh. It's better than Tarkaz. What am I doing? It's A tier. I think I'm being too harsh on this. 2 Thralls. Advance them to 2. Yeah, I think I'm being too harsh. Let's go low A, I think. Maybe right. The more I think about it, the more stronger it feels. Maybe there. It doesn't have keywords, is why. Like it's not a strong play until the thralls hatch. You know. But it is a good blocker, and the thralls are counting down regardless if this dies or not. I think this is scarier still. So, mid A. Could be wrong though. Hit that stairs, 8 mana, 8/8. Play obliterate all landmarks or deal 3 to all other units. The one card that makes this card so strong is Buried in Ice. Buried in Ice and this have such amazing synergy. So, but you do need Buried in Ice. I mean, you can obliterate the. I was gonna say the Sun Disc, but by turn 8 they're probably ascended, unless you're ramping, of course. I'd say this is a better card than this. It's not S tier because you need Buried in Ice to make it work. Deal 3 to all other units is meh. Maybe there. No. Sorry. Maybe. I think here. It is. I think worse than or stronger than this guy. Only because of the Buried in Ice effect. Okay, moving on. The Tusk Raider, 8 mana, 7/8. Okay stats. No keywords. When I'm summoned, draw Sejuani. This is Sejuani's boat. Plunder. Double the power and health of all allies in your deck. You read this and you think, dang, double the power? But it's turn 8. Like, the game's about to end. I don't know. I mean, Sejuani, you have guaranteed Sejuani next turn, and she's a... So she's a 6/7, doubled is 12, 14. You can drop a lot of big hard-hitting units. You do have to plunder though. Otherwise, this is just a dead card. I don't think it's A tier. I don't think it's A tier. But is it better than Tarkaz? No, I don't think it's better than Tarkaz. I think it's high A. Sorry, high B. Let's see. I'm comparing it to each one. Maybe it's mid B now that I think about it. Maybe there. Mid B, I think. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I mean, no one runs that card for good reason. Uzgar the Ancient. 8 mana, 7/7, Challenger and Regen. Unfortunately, nothing else. No Overwhelm. And not the best stats. Yeah, but not a good finisher. I don't want to be too harsh because it is Challenger and Regen. But it's low B for at best. Low B at best. You want to finish the game by turn 8, and he does not do that. He's an okay blocker because of the regen, and you can get rid of the big champions if you want. He is... Oh man, is he better than... I think so, because of the challenger. Maybe right there. He's not C tier. There's no way. But he could be. My brain is fogging up. Let's keep going. Wrath of the Freljord. Frostbite and enemies with 3 or less power can't block. For sure S tier. Some Pumba action. Very strong finisher. I'll say right there. Very strong finisher. You're most likely, like, you run this with Ashe decks, and you're most likely gonna finish the game right there. You're frostbiting something. Ashe is gonna attack and frostbite something. You might have a frostbite, or you might have where is she? You might have the Rimtusk Shaman on the board too. So you're freezing almost everything, and they're not gonna block anything. So great finisher. Overwhelm 8/8. Great stats. S tier. Rot Colossus. 8 mana 8/8. Great stats. Overwhelm. Amazing. The first time I'm equipped, create a 4-cost copy of me in hand. Granted the equipment stats. I've never played this card, but it's very strong. I would like to make a deck around this. I guess you can run this with you can grab this, throw this in with the Orange Axe. 4-cost copy. Grant it the equipment stats. So it's gonna be stronger than 8/8. Yeah, strong card. Even though I've never played it, it's not. I don't think it's S tier. I think because it's not an ultimate finisher. It's like a. It's kind of like yes, next to the woolly snail moth, but it's stronger. So I'll go maybe here. Low A tier. Okay. That seems fair. Warden of the Tribes, 9 mana 6/6. Bad stats. Overwhelm. When I'm summoned, grant allies 1/1 for each different subtypes you've summoned this game. Very strong buff. Like you can grant everyone +7/+7. Dropping this guy. Very strong finisher. You grab this with Nico, most likely. S tier. It's like Cythria of the Clouds, but weaker. I think Cythria is a little bit stronger. Yeah, because she grants Challenger too. She doubles the stats and grants Challenger. So this is a weaker Cythria. Still very strong though. I'd say you do need the other units to have Overwhelm or Elusive to finish the game. He doesn't get the buff. When I'm summoning grant allies 1/1 for each different subtype you've summoned this game. He doesn't get the buff. If I'm not mistaken. Does he, chat? If he does get the buff, then I would bump him up to maybe right here. But if he doesn't, then maybe right there. But it doesn't say grant other allies, so I think he does get the buff. So I'm going to go right there. Okay. We're almost done with our followers. She Who Wanders, baby! 10 mana, the only 10 cost. 10 mana, 10/10 regen. Okay. Not a finisher, but obliterate all units with 4 or less power in play and in hands. So even your deck is your hand is getting obliterated. Ramp as fast as you can. Drop this against low cost decks and you win the game. They FF instantly. S tier for sure. I would say... Man. She doesn't have Overwhelm. So I'll go maybe right here. I think that's a good spot, right? Okay. That seems fair. If she had Overwhelm, then she shoots like maybe to here. But yeah, very strong card. Amazing. All right, champion time, baby. Gotta pull up all the level up garbage. Lissandra. Let's see. So Lissandra, 3 mana, 2/3 tough. When I'm summoned, summon a Frozen Thrall and advance it 2 rounds. I thought for a sec it says advance it to 2, but no, it's advance it 2. So it goes from 8 to 6. 3 mana, 2/3 tough, strong. Lissandra is strong early, mid, and late game. Stats are good. Backline unit. She and then her level up. To level her up, I should say, you've summoned 2 allies that cost 8+. When I level up, create a Watcher in hand. The Watcher, in my opinion, should get a buff because where is he? He costs 0 after you summon 5+ cost or 5 allies that cost 8+. This game attack will obliterate the enemy deck, leaving 3 non-champions. So they can still shuffle champions if they have the champion in hand and their spell, and the enemy still has time to react, like a few more rounds. So it's not a like you attack and you win the game. They can still win. But Lissandra giving the next or granting the Nexus tough is pretty cool, and then Enthrall deck's also very strong. Let's keep her there for now. I think Ashe is stronger. Let's pull up Ashe. Ashe is a solid champion. Ashe, 4 mana, 5/3. Good attack, low HP. Attack Frostbite, the strongest enemy. Okay, so you're most likely gonna attack because you're running all the Frostbite spells, and you know you're probably safe. Frostbite decks are very strong in my opinion. You level up, you've reduced the power of 5+ enemies to 0. When I level up, create the Crystal Arrow, and then when she levels up, enemies with 0 power can't block. Very strong. Definitely stronger than Lissandra. She might even be... No. Well, we'll see. She's definitely one of the strongest. Brom. 4 mana, 0/6. Regen, Challenger. The first time I survived damage, summon a Mighty Poro, which is a 3/3 right here. And then level up. When I survive damage, summon another Mighty Poro. 4 mana, 1/7. He is... I think... he's not... He's the weakest so far. Nar. 4 mana, 3/3. Weak stats. Weaker than they should be. Quick attack though. Strike, create a Pokestick in hand, or if you have one, reduce its cost by 2. Pretty cool. Pokestick, of course, is deal 1 to anything and draw 1. Strong card. Round end, if you damage the enemy Nexus, he becomes Mega Gnar, which is a 4 mana 5/5. Quick attack and overwhelm. When I level up, grant the strongest enemy vulnerable. And then round end, if I've seen you start the round with the attack token, transform me back to Gnar. I think he's right there. I think Trundle's definitely stronger than Ashe. Okay, Trundle. Gnar's strong, but he does transform back, and he's not like super strong win con. can easily be killed too. Trundle, 5 mana, 4/6 regen. Great stats. Regen's amazing. When I'm summoned, create an Ice Pillar in hand. I've seen you play the Ice Pillar. Very easy to level up. Actually, I never talked about this. Lissandra, you know, you're probably running her in ramp decks. She's not super hard to level up. I mean, you can level her up while she's in hand. Braum is kind of hard to level up. Gnar, a little bit hard. Well, not actually. No, he's easy to level up, but the level up isn't that strong. Trundle's very easy to level up. Ashe is very easy to level up, but both of them have very strong level up win con. Ice Pillar 0/6, refill 8 mana, and grant the strongest enemy vulnerable. And then level up Trundle. Attack, grant me +1 for each 8+ card you behold. Very strong. He's good mid game and late game. Excellent mid game and late game. Ooh dear. My boy, ooh dear. 5 mana, 5/5. Good stats. No keywords yet. But when I'm summoned or strike, create a stance swap in hand. If you have one, reduces cost to 0. So if you have a stance, it's going to be 0. You can immediately give him a 0 cost regen. +2 HP and regen. Strong mid game. Also very strong late game. Is he better than Trundle? I think so, actually. Udyr can get massive. He's also very hard to kill. Whereas Trundle, like, he gets to 12/12, whereas Trundle stays at 7 HP on level up. Okay. And Nivea. 6 mana, 3/5. Weak stats. Attack, deal 1 to all battling enemies and enemy nexus. Last breath, revive me. Transform to Egg Nivea, which is an 0/2. And then when you're enlightened, she transforms, or not transforms, but levels up. 6 mana, 4/6. Attack, deal 2 to all enemies and the enemy nexus. And then last breath, revive me into Egg Nivea. So Nivea is hard to kill. She has 2 lives. You have to kill her and then kill the egg. Otherwise, she transforms back if she's enlightened. She's only played with Shadow Isle. Otherwise, there's no... Because you want a bunch of Niveas on the board. I would say she's right there. Based on strength. But if they have a full board of Niveas, you're probably done. But that's somewhat hard to pull off. Seshwani. 6 mana, 5/6. A little bit low on the attack. Give an enemy... she has Overwhelm. Give an enemy Frostbite and Vulnerable this round. You've damaged the enemy nexus 5 different rounds. It's kind of hard to do. So... And then level up, of course. If you play her, give an enemy Frostbite and Vulnerable this round. Each round, the first time you damage the enemy nexus, Frostbite all enemies. Strong passive on level up. Very annoying to deal with. But I don't think she's stronger than Ashe. Not stronger than Anivia. Lissandra is played with Thralls. I'm going to put her right there. I think that's a good spot for her. Alright, Ornn. 7 mana, 5/5. Weak stats. Tough. Play. Equip me with an exact copy of an ally's equipment or the strongest equipment from hand. Attack, forge me twice. So +2/+2 grant. So he's probably going to... If you attack, he's probably going to be an 8/8. 9/9 maybe. And then an ally has struck for 8 damage. He can level up before you drop him. It's not... I have an Ornn deck. And I think it's a LeBlanc Ornn deck. And there are a lot of hard-hitting... It's very easy to hit for 8 damage in Noxus. So Ornn is very easy to level up. Unlike Sejuani. And then his Rever up. 7 mana 6/6, tough, play, equip me, blah blah blah, same stuff. Attack, forge me twice, then summon the attacking spirit of the ram with my stats. Which is yeah, same stats with overwhelm. I would say Ornn is, I think he's better than Sejuani. Much easier to level up. And if he gets Scout, I mean, he's attacking twice, and I don't know how you're gonna stop that. Lissandra is such a wild card because you run a Rastin, the dragon, and then a bunch of thralls with her. So depending on, like, she's not the win con. The other champions are like self-sufficient. Whereas she is like a, you know, build an army kind of champion. So it's kind of hard to judge her based on these guys, but I think that's a good spot for her. Tryndamere. Okay. 8 mana, 8/6. A little bit low on the HP, but if I would die, I level up instead, and then he has 8 mana, 9/9, overwhelm, fearsome, and tough. The only way to stop Tryndamere, well, he's not there. I would say, ooh, man, where does Tryndamere go, chat? Is he right next to Waifu? The only way to stop Tryndamere is you obliterate him. Or you kill him twice, which is hard to do with 9 tough. He is easy to level up with Shadow Owl, and I definitely grab Shadow Owl when I play Tryndamere. Is he better than Anivia? I think so. She needs to in the right deck, Anivia can be very annoying. Maybe right there, I think is good. Is he better than Ornn? I think so. Man, it's like either here or here. No, I think Ornn's better. I think right there is good. Okay. Volibear, our last champion. Nine mana, 10/10. Play Relentless Storm 3 times. Each one targets a different random enemy or the enemy nexus if none. And that's a deal 4. If I'm not, yeah, deal 4 to a unit if it's dead or gone. Deal 2 to the enemy nexus instead. He's kind of hard to level up. It takes time, and then his level up is other allies have overwhelm, and he gets overwhelmed too. I think Volibear is he is harder to level up than Sejuani in my opinion. And then Sejuani's I mean, once he's leveled up, you're probably done. He does need the thing that bothers me with Volibear, he needs other units on the board. Because the only thing that changes with his level up is other allies have overwhelm. And he's just an 11/11 overwhelm. So he needs other units. So I'll keep him right there. Whereas, like, these guys can just hold their own and finish the game by themselves. And that is our champions rating. I think this is a good organized list for the champions. Let's go through the rest, or from S to bottom. Yep. That looks pretty good. Omen Hawk, Ruthless Raider. Yeah, I think these are A tier for sure, not S tier. They Who Endure. No, it's not S tier. Okay. Yep. Looks good. B tiers. Okay. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Not bad at all. We got some C tier actions. Man. Okay. I think this belongs C tier. Instead of D tier. I think this should go here. This should be at D tier. This should... okay, I'll keep it at C. I think I keep it there. This is the lowest D tier. I'm not going down. No! I think there. This is a deal one. I mean, you can hit elusives with this, I guess. And Teemos and such, but it's still a bad card. I think she goes here. I think she's the strongest C tier. And then this guy. And then the rest. Pharaoh Mystic. I don't feel right putting this at D and this at C. So let me bump this up to here. Elnuk. Gosh, man. Okay, D tier. Not F though. I can't. There's no way I put this at F. Is it the strongest D tier? I think so. I think that looks good. And then the only F tier, Troop of Elnuks. Womp womp. Alright, that is it, chat. The Freljord tier list. Let me know what you guys think, if you agree or disagree. Thank you for watching. Take care.